Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Chris Soule Journals. I am Chris Soule. I'm a writer and mental health enthusiast based in Texas. I write and publish journal entries recording my discoveries and journey through mental health and adulting. And what I do here on this channel is I transform those journal entries into picture, video, and musical episodes, and then present them here for all of you to enjoy and hopefully be inspired by. If you've been enjoying these videos, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. I'm a brand new YouTuber, so any of your support is greatly appreciated. Today we are digging into my mental health and adulting journey. I moved out of my parents' home out on my own for the first time when I was 19 years old. And I have been hit left and right with curveballs. There's no perfect way to go. You just have to go until you fall down, get hurt, and then have to get back up and try again. And because that's been my new mindset around this whole adulting journey, I wanted to go ahead and take a dive into my old journals. I have searched my entire apartment and I was able to find these. Okay, the oldest one that I have right here is this one. This is from 2011 to 2012. I was 11 and 12 years old. Right around the time I learned how to use a pencil, I learned how to use my imagination. I was able to write down exactly what I felt. I couldn't say it out loud, but I could write it down. I am a firm believer that everybody needs an escape so that we can put all of this race of the brain to put it into something constructive, something that lasts. Now, this is not to be mistaken. I honestly get a lot of laughs and encouragement from looking at where I have grown from being. I went through a lot of dark times. I wrote a lot of sad things in these journals. I also wrote a lot of teasers into the future. And I'm reading through some of these yes, you accomplished that. You wanted this. This is what you needed and you have it now, which means you've progressed. So with that being said, I want you to go ahead over to Spotify, look up Little Big Steps and follow the podcast. Little Big Steps is literally all about this stuff. Okay guys, I think I'm done killing time. Let's go ahead and talk about some of my old journal entries. Are you ready?
I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me.
Okay guys, so if you've made it to this portion of the video, I assume you are a journaler or would like to learn more about journaling, which means you are in exactly the right place. In this video, we are going to talk about my top tips for effective, meaningful journaling, and then we'll also talk about the difference between keeping a journal and a diary, because both are extremely useful, but in different ways. And then we'll also talk about some of my old diary entries and journal entries and the mental health behind my journaling experience. So I hope you enjoy. Now on to the video. Okay, so I'm going to take this I'm going to go ahead and go through this chronologically. 2011 to 2012 journal. As I'm opening it, I have cards falling out. There's a picture. Today was fun. First, we did math. It was not hard at all. We also, for science, went over the hemoglobin, and you need good iron or else you'll be weak and eat ice. Side note, what it looks like this is a diary. The difference between a diary and a journal. A diary is a log of daily experiences. What's going on in the moment as the moment happens. A journal is where you'll log your reflections on what has gone on in your life. I have this really bad habit of starting journals and never finishing them. Let's look at this one. This is from 2019. I was 19 years old at this time. You'll always be able to tell my age by what year it is. Oh, look. I had a huge crush on this guy, and turns out we got married. This diary was actually kept when I was falling in love. This is my husband's name, and this is my husband's name written out a lot of times. Are there any girls watching who did this? Come on. I just want to be sure to highlight as we move into the next journal. Diaries and journals are both extremely helpful for different reasons. One is a documentation of what's going on inside, and one is a documentation of what's going on outside. You might keep a diary for fitness, exercise, dieting. You may keep a food diary. I'm finally going to have to do a podcast on Little Big Steps about the difference between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. But intrinsic motivation from the inside. Things like gratitude, happiness. When you give somebody a gift, what do you feel? Things that reward you internally, they're so powerful. Then there are things like riches, fame, popularity, physical rewards to your accomplishments. Intrinsic without extrinsic, in my case, has been underachieving, and extrinsic without intrinsic is unfulfilling. So journal and diary. Just record your journey. That's what it's really about. Okay, do you want to see a really embarrassing journal entry? Can you even read what this says? Some of my journal entries were really out of pure emotion. What do I have to look back on? I think that's the biggest change that I've had in my writing, is that it's purposeful now. This is the journal I kept during the quarantine, during the pandemic. If you've listened to my podcast, then you know the pandemic was one of my worst mental states. I kind of had told myself that the pandemic wouldn't last that long and that I'd be back to work before I knew it, and it was all just a bad dream we'd wake up from soon enough. Well, it wasn't. But since that was the way my mind was perceiving it at the time, I didn't really use the time productively. I learned the true definition of a couch potato. I really let myself go and felt more and more worthless every day. I was lonely, depressed, anxious, broke. During the pandemic, I became so angry, self-absorbed. I was sluggish and resentful. I remember looking in the mirror one day, and for the first time ever, I saw someone I didn't want to be. I can't remember a worse time that I've had mentally and emotionally. Another day of being lazy, sitting, laying, slouching, reclining, sleeping, napping, repeatedly. For hours, you know? After dozing off and napping 7 times in a day, it doesn't feel so much like a nap. So it's really just 18 out of 24 hours of my day sleeping. Into the me I was a month and a half ago, that might have sounded like a dream, but right now it sounds like my daily routine, and I'm pretty over it. Saturday, April 4th, a letter to me. Dear me, if I could say anything to myself at age 10, it'd be, brace yourself, baby girl. Life's about to begin. It's no joke. At age 13, I wish I'd known I was being a bitch. If I could say anything to the 16-year-old me, it'd be, keep the damn job, girl. They're all gonna suck. Just go in, work, and go home. Amen. I wish the 17-year-old me would have known to cherish the little things. I wish I could have warned myself to slow down, look ahead, far up ahead, and remember that there's no one in the world who will love you like you will. And 20-year-old me, that's the age I am when I was writing this, I'd like to tell you not to fish up, but honestly, I know you will. The important thing though is your bounce back. Bounce back over and over again. You have one life, chica. Live it. Be smart. Count your blessings. The next journal that I have here is the one that you see in my theme song. I chose to start writing more productive, meaningful journals because I had a breakthrough in my head. Journaling was healthy for me, the present me. It would make me feel good to get all those thoughts and emotions down on paper. But once the journal was written, what other purposes did it serve? Because it served me no purpose other than to put negative vibrations into my life, releasing all of that negative, evil, mean person. I kept that journal then to get whatever thrill that I needed from releasing negative emotions. But this journal, this is me deciding it's time to take my life back, my reality into my own hands. And instead of making journal entries dedicated to what's going wrong, I'm going to talk about what I'm learning. Positive vibes only. Tomorrow, I want to remember how I feel today. I feel secure, safe in myself, and happy. Keep taking care of yourself. I'd rather die having selfishly cared for myself than to die generously having never been cared for. Chris. Do you guys sign your journal at the end? I still do it. July 17th, 2021. You are not alone. It is easier said than done, but you must outgrow your fear of loneliness, your disdain of silence. Silence is not always denial of your desire to speak. You are worth your own friendship. You never know what you have yet to learn or accept about yourself. Explore. July 18th, 2021. Follow your own advice. Wisdom should be trusted. Your body may be your temple, but your mind is the doctrine your temple is based on. I have an extreme people-pleasing complex. I have allowed my desire to please other people to turn me into a pushover. Only this year have I made an official commitment to myself to stop allowing that part of me to sabotage my life. December 14th, 2021. Last week, I got the biggest news of my life. I'm pregnant. I remember! The rest of it is honestly my journey through pregnancy. Recapping through my pregnancy is a story for another video. Okay, that is it for the journals that I have kept and have in my possession for right now. I have actually kept journals everywhere. I'm talking apps on my phone, storage on my computer, other books that I probably have in storage somewhere. So trust me, there will be more to come. The last thing I told myself to tell you guys is that I recently found this journal at Walmart. I just found this in Walmart. Never seen it in here before. It is a guided daily reflection journal, and I just looked at the way it's designed, and it literally matches the exact thing that I want right now. So I know I'm tripping over like a journal that's probably available everywhere that would have been easy as heck to find, but for me, I was having trouble finding a journal that was as simplified as I wanted. It's gonna be perfect. Like, it's not gonna take up that much time in my day. I can do this literally daily and not lose track. This is so exciting. I am getting it. I find the best journals at Walmart. For real. It's supposed to help me to make daily affirmations, give me reflections to think about for the day, and write down at the end of the day. It's a basic and to the point journal, but I'm really, really excited that I found it. When I know that I just gotta quickly, before I fall asleep, before my eyes close, let me quickly write down what made me happy today. That's a whole lot easier. Guys, I wanna thank you so much for joining me on this walk through the past. I had a lot of ups and downs. I try to remind myself that there is a destination. The destination is becoming actualized. The destination is loving myself. The destination is in here, but the milestones are out here. So in order to get to the destination of loving myself and taking good enough care of myself and becoming actualized in who I am and what I'm doing in life, I'm going to have to accomplish things out here. I'm going to have to be a good employee and hustle and think through things, control my emotions, regulate myself, make progress out here. Intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation, like I was talking about earlier, they're equally as important, and I'm trying to channel both. If you are considering keeping a journal, or if you struggle keeping a journal, remember to use your journal like it's your future. Like you're passing on the secrets to success to your future self. I hope that this was inspirational, informative, or at least entertaining. I've been journaling for a long time. If you guys need any tips or support starting your journaling experience, reach out to me on social media at Chris.Sule, and I will be happy to answer any questions that you guys have, support you through your journey in any way that I can. If you'd like to see next week's video, hit the notification button next to the subscribe button. And until next time, guys, stay well. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see any more of my published journal entries, please go on over to my blog on my website. I will make sure to drop a link here for you guys to go check it out. And say what's up to Bubba's. Say hi, Bubba. All grumpy. Let me go feed him. Peace out, guys.
I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car, take it tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders.
My sister's calling. Hold on.
Ow!
Oh snap, there she is! What are you doing? Candace, you have been there 3 times this week. Why didn't you get stuff the last time you was at Walmart?